Hey, all you cool cats and kittens out there. This is Miss McKee with your daily reading lesson. So, for today, what I want to do is I want to tell you a little bit of a story about my day. So, I woke up in the morning very, very tired, and I went to drink my coffee, and it was too hot. So, I set it on the counter to let it cool down. And I need my coffee in the morning to wake up. So my coffee is sitting on the counter and I'm waiting for it to cool down, and then I start to record a video for everyone. And I start teaching, and then I finish and I go to watch the video back, and I realized that there's no video. I forgot to hit the record button because I was so tired. So let's go back and think about this. Why did I forget to hit the record button? What caused me to forget to put the record button on? What caused that to happen? So, if I think back to my story that I told you, I was very tired and I didn't drink my coffee because it was sitting on the counter to cool. So because I did not have this coffee, I was still tired, and that caused me to forget to hit the record button. So what we just did is we talked about a cause and effect relationship, and that should be sounding a little bit familiar because we have talked about this earlier in this year. And we talked about cause and effect relationships in a fiction story. So what we're going to be focusing on this week and a little bit next week is a cause and effect relationship in a nonfiction story, in an informational text. We're going to be identifying cause and effect, why something happens, the reason it happens. And we're going to be seeing a connection that is made because of these events. So using my silly story, what caused me to forget to hit the record button? Well, I was tired because I didn't eat that because I didn't drink my coffee. So I didn't drink my coffee is my cause. The effect, I was too tired. I didn't hit the record button. So that's that relationship. If I drank that coffee, I probably would have remembered to hit the record button. So they are connected. If that first event did not happen with me not drinking that coffee, I probably would have been able to record my video. So there's that connection. With that being said, we are going to jump into our Ready book. I'm trying to be a little bit more tech savvy for you guys. So I am going to display it on the computer for you, and I'm going to try. And today, you can use your physical book if you want. We are going to be doing pages 296 and 297 in your Ready book. So you can do that with me if you want. To look at the physical book or look at the screen, whatever is going to work for you guys. But I'm also going to make it so you guys do not have to take those pictures for me anymore. I'm going to try. They're very hard for me to understand, for me to see if we're not doing them properly. So I try to be a little tech savvy to let you type into the Google Doc. So we'll see how this goes. All right, so I have my story right here, and just so you guys know, so you're a little bit familiar with how to use the Google Slides, if you click View up here and Zoom, you can zoom in and out. So if, for example, you click in and click the document and it's too tiny, you can, a lot of you guys know how to spread your fingers to zoom in and out, but you can also click View, Zoom, and then just click Zoom in, and that'll make it a little bit larger. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading. This is just something to give you that information about that cause and effect relationship. It says, authors connect ideas to support their points. To support a point about how or why something happens, an author might show a cause and effect connection. A cause is the reason something happens. An effect is what happens as a result. All right, let's pause right there. Your cause is always going to happen first. Now, this does not mean that the cause is written first in a text. For example, we know the first thing that happened is I forgot to drink my coffee. What happened next was I did not hit the record button on my video. However, if I wanted to tell the story a different way, I could tell it this way. You won't believe the morning I had. When I woke up in the morning to record my video, I forgot to hit record. And then when I thought back about what made me do this, I remembered I forgot to drink my coffee. So even though I mentioned the coffee second in the story, it really happened first if you're thinking about the sequence. So just because something is written first in the text does not mean it's actually the cause. The cause will always happen first. So you have to actually think about the sequence of events and what's happening when you tell that story, which is good because we've already studied sequence this year. All right, going back into this text. Words such as because, so, as a result, and since often signal a cause and effect connection. These are those signal words. This is when we sit in that class and I do that really annoying sound you guys hate and I go, woo, woo, woo. So when you hear those words like because, that might mean there's a cause and effect relationship, or so, or as a result. Here's an example. The power went out because a tree fell on the power line. Let's practice that. The power went out because a tree fell on the power line. What would the cause be? What is happening first? Is the power going out first? Or did the tree fall on the power line first? The tree fell on the power line first. So that's our cause. Meaning the effect is now the power is out. The power did not go out first and made a tree fall. That doesn't happen that way. We know here in Elizabeth City, lots of storms. A tree would fall first and that would make the power to go out. To support a point about how one event leads to another, an author might connect events by showing sequence or time order. We know sequence is the order of events. So when we're seeing the order of events, we know it's sequence, and cause and effect will often show us that sequence. Signal words such as first, then, and finally show these kinds of connections. Example, first I ate breakfast, then I went to school. We know about sequence. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice cause and effect with a little cartoon at the bottom, just to kind of ease us in here. I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit closer for you guys. Title of this comic strip being The Invention of the Sandwich. So we have this dude over here. He goes, I'm hungry. Oh, but I'm too busy for a meal. Cook, make me something I can eat in a hurry. And the cook's looking at the guy like, what? Okay. And then he has a light bulb, which I know usually means I have an idea. And he's taking some meat and putting it on some bread. And then over here we see that man saying, yum, and he's eating a sandwich. So this must be about how a sandwich was invented, what caused that to happen. Okay, so now we're going to see how tech savvy we are. And this is just your video, but when you go into Google Classroom, you will have the same document. And when you click on it in the upper right-hand corner, remember it makes a copy for you with your name, it saves it and all that. And so when you're done, you can click Turn In. So on our second page, we have our graphic organizer. We're just going to dive in a little bit and see what has happened. And when you click on this, you are also going to be having text box that you will see. And I just adding this in here to make it a little easier for you guys. You will have text box for you guys that you can click on and just go ahead and type in it. So I tried to make that a little bit more friendly for you guys. So looking at the top in our graphic organizer, it says why it happened. One day, the Earl of the Sandwich was too busy to eat. So we saw that happening over here. He's too busy to eat. What happened because he was too busy to eat? So let's look back and see what happened. That's the effect. And remember, that happened second. What happened because he was too busy to eat? Well, here's he's too busy to eat. The next thing that happens, he goes to the cook and he tells him to make him something and to eat in a hurry. And then the cook has this idea and he creates this sandwich. So we're just going to jot something down in our text box by clicking on it. The cause, one day Earl of Sandwich was too busy to eat. The effect, he told his cook to make something he could eat in a hurry. And then we know that was a sandwich. So I just put that in parentheses because I don't really need a whole bunch of details. It's just a graphic organizer. And then we have the author's point. So the author's point or why did he choose to include this cause and effect relationship? Well, he wanted to show us why the sandwich was invented. So the whole point of this cartoon is so we learned why it was invented. All right, let's look down here at our next part of the graphic organizer. This is focusing in on sequence. Order of events. First event, the Earl of Sandwich was too busy to eat. Okay, that happened here. So what happened next? Order of events. So I'm looking over here. The next thing is, yep, he tells him, hey, make me a sandwich in a hurry, dude. So I'm going to write that in. He tells the cook to make something to eat in a hurry, which is similar to what we wrote above. And then what happened after that? Now this is where I'm going to let you guys finish this. I want you guys to tell me what happened next after that, and then what's the author's point? So why did the author tell you these steps? Why did he want to tell you this happened first, then this, then this? What was the point? So you are going to go ahead and you are going to fill in the rest of the graphic organizer in your Google Classroom. You can come back and reference this video if you need to. You do not need to type exactly the same words that I have typed. This is your graphic organizer, so that's absolutely okay. Please reread what you're typing, please. It makes it a lot easier for me. A lot of you guys are doing a great job with your work, but we're rushing it. And this is just me doing a quick reminder, guys. You're doing so great. And I know that this is not easy, and this is not how we wanted our school year to be. And I would give anything to be back in the class with you guys. But we have to do what we can do. So please, I've cut back on your workload so we can produce high quality work. So please reread what you're typing for me. Don't just type it and hit submit. You need to be checking it to make sure things are spelled right. You have capital letters, you have periods, and it makes sense. So reread it, and if you have trouble reading it, I definitely have trouble reading it. All right, guys, you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all later.